ओटावा विच बैंक ऑफ कैनेडा के गवर्नर टिफ मैकलम ने केंद्रीय बैंक वालों अपनी नीतिगत ब्याज दर 100 आधार अंक वधा के 2.5% करने के फैसले से चर्चा की है, जो कि 1998 तो बाद सब तो वड्डी दरां विच वाधा है। ओटावा विच न्यूज़ कॉन्फ्रेंस दौरान गवर्नर वालों ऐलान किया गया है। मैकलम ने दर वाधे के मुख कारणों वजों उच्च महंगाई और एक बहुत ज्यादा कनेडियन की आर्थिकता का हवाला दिता है। मार्च 2022 तो बाद बैंक की लगातार चौथी बार ब्याज दरां विच वाधा है।
Today, we raised the policy interest rate by 100 basis points, 1 percentage point. An increase of this magnitude in one meeting is very unusual. It reflects very unusual economic circumstances. Inflation is nearly 8%, a level not seen in nearly 40 years. I want to explain to Canadians why we took this decision. There are three key considerations. First, inflation is too high, and more people are getting more worried that high inflation is here to stay. We cannot let that happen. Restoring price stability, low, stable, and predictable inflation is paramount. Second, the Canadian economy is overheated. There are shortages of workers and of many goods and services. Demand needs to slow so supply can catch up and price pressures ease. And third, our goal is to get inflation back to its 2% target with a soft landing for the economy. To accomplish that, we are increasing our policy rate quickly to prevent high inflation from becoming entrenched. If it does, it will be more painful for the economy and for Canadians to get inflation back down. With these important considerations in mind, the Governing Council decided to front-load the path to higher interest rates today. This is our fourth consecutive interest rate increase since March. Inflation is broadening because the Canadian economy is in excess demand. There aren't enough goods and services to meet the demand we're seeing as people enjoy a fully reopened economy. Employers can't find enough workers, and they're increasing wages to attract and retain staff. With households spending robustly, businesses are passing on higher input and labor costs by raising prices. Higher interest rates will help slow demand and allow supply time to catch up. Consumer spending will moderate as the pent-up demand from the pandemic restrictions eases and the cost of borrowing increases. Housing market activity is already cooling rapidly from unsustainably high levels during the pandemic. And slower global growth will reduce demand for our exports. Taking all this into account, we are forecasting annual growth in economic activity will be around 3.5% this year, 1.75% next year, and 2.5% in 2024. As global bottlenecks gradually resolve and tighter monetary policy works its way through the economy, inflation will start to come down. While we may see a few more months with CPI inflation close to 8%, we expect it to decline later this year, ease to about 3% by the end of next year, and return to the 2% target in 2024. This is the soft landing we are projecting. Interest rate increases can cool demand and inflation without choking off growth or causing a surge in unemployment. Some sectors will be more affected by interest rate increases than others. But the very tight labor market means there is room to reduce the number of job vacancies without having a big impact on overall employment. And with the prices of many of the commodities we export expected to remain elevated, the global forces slowing growth will not affect Canada as much as in many other countries.